So, welcome once again. This is exercise 5.2 in vectors. The first question is find the position vector of point R. What we have to do? We have to find position vector of point R, which divides the line joining points P and Q. Point R divides the line joining P and Q, whose position vectors are given by the position vectors of point P and Q are given by position vector of point P is given by this, and position vector of point Q is given by this. This is position vectors of point P and Q in the ratio 3:2. Okay, so point P divides the line joining P and Q in the ratio 3:2. What is the ratio of division? 3:2. First internally and second externally. Okay, very good question for developing the basics, and at the same time very important question. So what is given here? We have to find position vector of point R. Point R is dividing the line joining P and Q. Okay, so I will go for the diagram first here. So see here, I have got P and Q here. Got it? I will write P here. This is point P, this is point Q, and R is dividing PQ. See, first we will take internal division. So I am drawing the diagram for internal division. What am I doing? I am doing it for the first, that is internal division. When R is dividing PQ internally. Here what they have given is point R is dividing the line joining PQ. This is the line joining PQ. This is line joining PQ. So R is dividing PQ in both the ways. That is, first it is dividing internally, and second it is dividing externally. It is dividing internally as well as externally. Okay. So here I have PQ. First I go for internal division. I take point R here. This is point R. This is point R. And what is the division of, what is the ratio of division given? 3:2. So now when they say P divides, sorry, when they say R divides PQ, look at the order. They say R divides PQ. So when R divides PQ, what will be the ratio? Actually, the ratio will be PR upon PQ. So PR is this. PR is 3 and PR upon RQ. PR upon RQ. Here it is Q. Here this one is Q. Okay. So when they say R divides PQ, when they say R divides PQ, what is the ratio of division? The ratio of division is PR upon RQ. PR upon RQ. And what is it given as? They give this as 3/2. PR upon RQ, they give 3/2. So here you write 3 and this is right. This one you will write 2. Okay. What we have to find? We have to find the position vector of point R. Remember, they give you the position vector of point P and Q. So I will write given, here I write given P bar. P bar is this. This is P bar. 2I cap minus J cap plus 3K cap. Q bar. Q bar is this. Minus 5I cap plus 2J cap minus 5K cap. I'm given P bar and Q bar. Okay. As you know, we write Q bar in bracket beside point Q, and P bar we would write beside point P. Okay. So we got P bar and Q bar. What more have they given? Yeah, we have to find the position vector of R, that is R bar to be found. Now, as you know, students, these are vectors from the origin. Remember, what they give are the position vector. I had been telling you since last 2 or 3 lectures that position vector is like this from the origin. See, here you have origin. Here we have origin. So from origin to point P is your P bar. But I've already been telling you that no need to show this vector because it is just to be understood. The vector is there. Okay, let us not show it. So P bar, Q bar, R bar, we are not going to show it. We will just write them. So I have to find now R bar. So here I will write by section formula, internal division section formula, or simply write bisection formula. Bisection formula. So what is R bar? I have already taught you. See, R bar. R bar is 3 into Q. That is 3Q bar plus 2 multiplies P bar. 2P bar upon 3 plus 2. See, this is point of division. Always remember, this is point of division. So the point of division is the main point. Okay, this is the main point. Now, the distance between R and P, the number between R and P, you will multiply to the position vector of Q. Then the number between R and Q, you will multiply to the position vector of P. That's the trick, upon 3 plus 2. Now, this position vectors we already know. So we will substitute here 3Q bar. I will substitute Q bar and P bar here and then simplify to get the position vector of R bar. So here I will have R bar equals to, therefore R bar equals to, see, 3Q bar plus 2P bar plus 2P bar upon 5. And what is Q bar? Q bar is minus 5I cap plus 2J cap minus 5K cap. Okay, and P bar is 2I cap minus J cap plus 3K cap. Minus 5 plus 2 minus 5. Minus 5 plus 2 minus 5. 2 minus 1, 3. 2 minus 1, 3. Yes, correct. So here I'll write therefore R bar equals to, R bar equals to, I shall multiply this. So this is minus 15 I cap. See, when you multiply this 3 will multiply to each one of them. Okay. So when you multiply 3, what you will get? Minus 15 I cap. So this is minus 15 I cap and here you have 4 I cap. So you got minus 11 I cap. You understand this 2? 2 will also multiply. So from here you will get 4 I cap. So minus 15 plus 4, that is minus 11 I cap. Okay, minus 11 I cap. Then here you have 6J cap. 6J cap minus 2J cap is plus 4J cap. Then this is minus 15, once again, minus 15 and plus 6. Minus 15K cap plus 6K cap is minus 9K cap, minus 9K cap. Okay, so this is what we get here upon 5. What's next? Denominator is 5. So we got, therefore R bar equals to 1 upon 5 times minus 11 I cap. 1 upon 5 times minus 11 I cap plus 4J cap minus 9K cap. This is the position vector of point R when R is dividing PQ internally. Remember, this is for internal division. What will happen when R divides PQ externally in the same ratio? Remember, the ratio of division is same. Okay, so this is the diagram for internal division. This is the diagram for internal division. Now we will do the same for external division in the same ratio 3:2. Okay, I hope you followed this. Please copy this. Now we'll go for the external division. Second, we are going for external division. That is when point R divides PQ externally in the same ratio. So here I go for external division. External division. Okay, what are we given? We are given that point P and Q, point PQ, point PQ, and point R divides segment, point R divides segment PQ. See, once again, check who divides, R divides. Which segment does it divide? It divides PQ. So what's the ratio given? Ratio is PR upon RQ. This is always, whether it is internal division or external division, the ratio will always be taken this way only. So the ratio is PR upon RQ. PR upon RQ or RP upon RQ, whatever, that is okay. Okay. And what is it equal to? 3 by 2. But remember, this time PR is this way. Here R is externally dividing. Check where had I kept R when it was internal division? It was in between P and Q. R was in between P and Q. Now where do I keep R? Now I keep R beyond PQ. Okay, on the same line but beyond PQ. Okay, it is outside PQ. It is external division. So here, what is 3 here? You know what is 3 here? 3 is PR. So from here to here, it is 3. See, this one is 3. This is 3 here. PR is 3. This is 3. And RQ is 2. RQ is 2. This is 2 here. From here to here you have 2 and this one is 3. What are we given? We are given the position vectors. We are given P bar. We are given the position vectors P bar, Q bar. We have to find R bar. Okay, once again, we will write the section formula. What is the section formula? The section formula here will be for external division. So I will apply here section formula. I write here by section formula, external division this time. Okay, we are applying external division section formula. We are applying section formula, external division. So what we will get? See, we will get here R bar equals to, okay, you know, see which point is dividing? Point R is dividing. So you will write the formula for R bar. Remember, you always write the formula for the point which is dividing the segment. Very important point. You always write the formula for the point which is dividing the segment. So here you write for R, and here also you wrote even for internal division, which point was dividing R. So you wrote the formula for R bar. Okay. Yeah, this I've already told you in earlier videos. So R bar equals to, the number between R and P is 3. So it will multiply the position vector of another point Q. The number between R and P is 3. So it will multiply Q. So 3Q bar minus 2P bar. Why minus? Because this is external division. Minus 2P bar, 3Q bar minus 2P bar upon 3 minus 2. Upon 3 minus 2. Now you will do the calculation by substituting this. Okay, so here I substitute. So see, I start writing from here. So we will start writing from here. So 3Q bar. So therefore R bar equals to 3Q bar. 3 times Q bar minus 2 times P bar. 3q bar minus 2p bar upon 3 minus 2 is 1. And here what you have? You have here minus 5j plus 2, I'm sorry, minus 5i plus 2j plus 2j minus 5k and this is 2i minus j plus 3k, 2i cap minus j cap plus 3k cap. Now do the calculation. So r bar equals to, so you get minus 15 minus 4, minus 15 I cap minus 4 I cap is minus 19 I cap, minus 19 I cap. Okay, this is 6j cap and minus 2j cap. 6j cap minus, sorry, plus 2j cap. 6 plus 2, that is plus 8j cap. Okay, this multiplies negative, so this is also positive. And here you have 6j cap. Then this is minus 15k cap, the last one, minus 15k cap and minus 6k cap. How much is that? Minus 15 minus 6. That is minus 21k cap upon 1. So the final answer R bar is minus 19 I cap plus 8j cap minus 21k cap. This is the answer. Okay, for external division. Question number 2. We have done question number 1. Question number 2 is find the position vector of midpoint M. You have to find position vector of midpoint M. M is the midpoint. Joining the points L and N. So what's the segment? The segment is Ln. So on a line you have somewhere a point L, somewhere you have N. Okay, so Ln you are given by the coordinates 7 minus 6, 12. So if you know coordinates of L, you can get L bar 7 I cap minus 6 j cap plus 12 k cap. This is position vector of point L, which is L bar. So here you will write L bar. Then you know the point N. The coordinates of N you know. So you can get N bar. This is 5 I cap plus 4 j cap minus 2 k cap. You can get the position vector of point N, that is N bar. Okay. You have to find the position vector of M, which happens to be the midpoint. Now remember students, we have already done midpoint formula. Midpoint formula will give me the position vector of point M, that is M bar. I can get the position vector of M by applying midpoint formula. What is midpoint formula? M bar will be L bar plus N bar upon 2. See, point M divides. The formula is always written for the point of division. So here the point of division is M. M is the point which is dividing Ln in such a way that M is midpoint. So here you have M. So you will write the formula for the position vector of point M. M bar is, what is it? It is L bar, position vector of L bar plus N bar, position vector of N upon 2. So L bar plus N bar by 2. So what you will do, you will write this plus this and divide by 2. You can get it very easily. Okay. Here what is happening? They are giving us the coordinates of the point. So from the coordinates of the point, we always get the position vector of the point. How to get the position vector? That you know from the coordinates. Okay, so you can solve this problem on your own.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here look at question number 3. We are now starting with question number 3. If the points A, they give you the coordinates of point A, okay, and the coordinates of point B, coordinates of point C. They are saying if points A, B and C are collinear. They are saying the points are collinear. What is meaning of collinear points? If the points are collinear, the points lie on one single line. These 3 points are on a single line. they lie on one single line. If the points are collinear, the if the points are collinear, the 3 points lie on a single line. They will lie on one single line. The 3 points are on one single line. Okay. This is what they say. They say the 3 points are collinear. Now here I notice that look at the coordinates of point. Look at the coordinates of point A. 30P. I notice that this is unknown. P is unknown. And in B, I have got Q unknown. Okay. The Z coordinate of point A, the Z coordinate of point A and the Y coordinate of point B are unknowns, P and Q. So let's see what do they say next. Now they say, then find the ratio in which point C divides line segment AB. Okay. See, the 3 points are collinear. The 3 points are collinear. Good. So when these 3 points are collinear, the 3 points will lie on a single line. I take here A, I take here B, and C I take in between AB. Now, if you have a doubt that how do I know that C is in between AB? So, frankly speaking, I do not know. I do not know whether C is here in between them, or C is here beyond, or C is here beyond and this side. I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure whether C is here or C is here or C is here. I'm not sure. But for the sake of solving, I consider, this is my assumption. This is my assumption. So I take point C in between AB because they have asked me, you can check, they have asked me, find the ratio in which point C divides the line segment AB. So since I have to find the ratio in which C divides, C could divide either internally or externally. So I'm taking the division as internal division. This is my assumption. Okay. So I suppose it that point C divides segment AB internally. So here I write the solution starts. I will write let point C divide. This is my assumption. Let point C divide segment AB internally in the ratio m is to n. So what will happen? See, this will be m. So here I write m. Okay. C divides AB. So C divides AB means C to A is m and C to B is n. Okay. M is to n. So then after this, I know the coordinates. So remember students, I have assumed the division to be m is to n. So it means I have to find m is to n because the question is to find the ratio of division. So I have to find m is to n. See, how do I find it? I will apply section formula, but before that, I will write the position vectors of these points. So here I will write from the coordinates, we can write from the given coordinates of points A, B, and C, we can write from given coordinates of points, we can write what we can write. We can write A bar, B bar, and C bar. So see here, A bar is, what will be A bar? A bar is 3 I cap plus 0 j cap. So forget that, plus pk cap. B bar B bar is then B bar. B bar is minus I cap. You can check here, minus 1 I cap, that is minus I cap plus QJ cap plus 3K cap, and C bar. C bar is minus 3 I cap plus 3J cap plus 0K cap. Okay, so here I have A bar, this is B bar, and here I have C bar. Okay, I will write the internal division section formula. I will write bisection formula. Okay, I will write here bisection formula. Bisection formula. And remember, what is to be found here? Here we are finding m upon n. We have to find m upon n. Okay, so I will write the section formula. See, C bar equals to MB bar. What is C bar equals to? MB bar plus NA bar, MB bar plus NA bar upon M plus N. C bar equals to MB bar plus NA bar upon M plus N. I substitute here. Okay, let me now substitute. So C bar equals to I'll go to the next page because it's going to take quite a length. So here I have C bar equals to MB bar. Okay, so M, and what is B bar? Plus N A bar upon M plus N. What is B bar? B bar is minus I cap plus Q J cap plus 3K cap. This is B bar. And A bar is 3I cap plus PK cap. 3I cap plus PK cap upon M plus N. So next step, here I have C bar equals to, now see, this is minus I cap. So minus Mi cap plus 3Ni cap. So minus M plus 3N, and I cap is common. I will multiply this with I cap. So I will get minus Mi cap. This is 3Ni cap. Then I take I cap common from these two terms, and I get minus M plus 3Ni cap. Then here I have plus MQJ cap. So MQJ cap, got it? And here we don't have J cap. So what do we have? See. So when I multiply M with Q, I get MQJ cap, and here we have 0 J cap. So it's only MQJ cap. Okay. Then plus you have 3M, you have 3M cap, and this is NPK cap. So taking K cap common, you will get 3M plus NP K cap. 3M plus NP K cap you get. And what do you get in that denominator? In the denominator, you will get M plus N. So in the next step, what I do is, I do write what C bar is. See, we had not been writing C bar till now. So we will write C bar. What is C bar? C bar is minus 3I cap minus 3I cap plus 3J cap plus 0 K cap. There was no K cap in C bar. See, there was no K cap. So minus 3I cap plus 3J cap plus 0 K cap equals to, now this is what I am getting, right? I substituted for C bar, that is left hand side, equal to, now I am going to write the right hand side. So see, in right hand side, what I'll do is, I will I will separate the denominator for each one of these. I will separate the denominator for each one of these. So this, I will write I cap upon m plus n. Then I will write j cap upon m plus n and k cap upon m plus n. Okay. So since I have positive sign here, I can split the denominator for each one of them. So for this, and for this, for each one of these, I will write the separate. I will separately divide by m plus n. Okay. So I get minus m plus 3n upon m plus n minus 3m plus minus m plus 3n upon m plus n times I cap plus here you get mq upon m plus n mq upon m plus n j cap and plus 3m plus np 3m plus np upon m plus n k cap. Okay. Now what? See, I will in this, now you will notice that from the equality of vectors, when I have two vectors equal, then the coefficient of I cap on the left will be equal to coefficient of I cap on the right. Okay. Same for the coefficient of J cap and here also. Coefficient of K cap also. Okay. So I could write these all equal to each other, but then I will deliberately select, I will select this one. I will select the coefficient of I cap and coefficient of I cap. I will not select these two. I will not select these two. Why? Because in these two we have got Q and P which are themselves unknown. These two are themselves unknown. We do not know the value of P and Q. So we will not take these. What we will take? We will only take the coefficient of I cap and equate them. So I will write therefore we have I can write this as equation number 1. I can write that as equation number 1. So therefore I have here minus 3 equals to minus m plus 3n upon m plus n. Okay, so now cross multiply. So when you multiply this on the left, you get minus 3m minus 3n equals to minus m plus 3n. Minus 3m minus 3n minus m plus 3n. Then I take m on the left. So minus 2m equals to 6n. I take m on the left. Very interesting question. So see, when this goes, this will become positive. So minus 3m plus m is minus 2m. And when this comes to right, it becomes positive. So you get 6n. Now I want m upon n. So m upon n is equal to 6 upon minus 2. What do I get? M upon n is 6 upon minus 2. So that is m upon n is equal to 3 upon minus 1. Now see students, we are getting the ratio of division negative. Please understand. Please understand. This is very, very, very important. What am I getting? I'm getting therefore m is to n is 3 is to minus 1. You know why am I getting minus 1? I'm getting minus 1 here. Why am I getting negative? Because the assumption we made was for internal division, but actually the division is external. But the division, see here, when I started solving the problem, I took the point C in between A and B. In between I took. But the thing is, point C is not in between, it is beyond A and B. Point C is here. That is the reason we are getting m. See, we are getting m upon n. M upon n, we are getting 3 upon minus 1. That is the reason that we are getting 3 here. That is the reason that we are getting 3 here and we are getting minus 1 here. Okay. So this is -1. We are getting -1 here. 3 is to -1. Now what will happen? See this segment, this point N, this point C is not in between A and B. C is here. C is somewhere here. So if you write C here, then it will become 3 is to 1. What it will become? 3 is to 1. So now I will draw the actual diagram for you. So see here, I write, therefore, point C divides, see we got M is to N. So you will write, therefore point C divides segment AB. You will write point C divides segment AB, and don't write internally. Why? Because now you see that when you had taken internal, you got a negative sign here. This will always happen. See, had the division actually been negative, if the division had actually been negative, we wouldn't have got a negative sign. Then we would have got a positive only. But here we are getting negative sign. It means the division is external. So I will write point C divides segment AB externally in the ratio 3 is to 1. 3 is to 1. Okay. Now what I can do? I can draw the diagram. Now I will draw the diagram here. So for you, I draw the diagram. So point here you have A and B. See, somewhere here you have A, then you have B, and here it is C. The ratio of division is 3 is to 1. What does that mean? From here to here, see, 3, and this is 1. 3 is to 1. It is external division. C divides AB. C divides AB in the ratio 3 is to 1 externally. So C to A is 3. C to B is 1. And the division is external. Okay. Now you will find out. See, after we have done we have solved the first part. What was the first part? The first part was to find the ratio in which point C divides segment AB. Now we have to find the value of P and Q. After this, we can easily find the values of P and Q because now we know the ratio. Okay, so we will find the values of P and Q. What you can do is you can you can substitute here. You can substitute in this. You will get the value of P and Q. You can substitute in this. But remember, when you substitute in this, you will substitute in place of M. In place of M, you will substitute 3. See, M is to N. What is M is to N? M is to N is coming 3 is to -1. So what I will do, I will substitute 3 and N I will substitute -1. In place of M, I will substitute 3 and in place of N, I will substitute -1. Remember, you will substitute M as 3 and N as -1 because this answer you got, this answer as 3 is to -1 you got when you had considered this. So you need to substitute the same. Okay, don't put M3 and N1. If you put that, it will go wrong. Okay. So I will now write, so here, see, from 1, 3 equals to this. I will write 3 equals to therefore from 1 we can write what you can write 3 equals to, see now I am equating the coefficient of j cap, so 3 equals to this mq cap, I'm sorry, mq upon m plus n, 3 equals to mq upon m plus n. So 3 equals to m is 3, 3q upon 3 plus minus 1. Okay, 3 plus minus 1. See this diagram here, you see here, this diagram you see here. In this, you would notice that it is 3 and 1. So why are we putting minus 1? It is because we had not applied this while solving the question. This is the final answer we wrote. While solving the question, we had applied internal division only. And applying that, we had got 3 is to minus 1. So we would put the same here. We would put the same. So now calculate. So what do you get? See, you'll get here, this is 2, 3 minus 1 is 2, 2 into 3 is 6. So 6 is equal to 3q. And you will get q equals to 2. You got q as 2. Good. Next. You will now go for, you will equate the coefficient of k cap. So 0 equals to 3m plus np. 0 equals to, also you have 0 equals to 3m plus np upon m plus n. Upon m plus n. See, I'm equating the coefficients of k cap. So here I have, now this multiplies 0. So you get 0 into this is 0 equals to 3m plus np. So you got here minus 3. Okay, I need to substitute for m and n. So this is 0 equals to m. M was 3. So 3 into 3 plus minus 1 into p. That is, you get 9 here. So negative 9 is minus p. P equals to 9. So we got the values of p and q also. Okay. This completes the solution. Very, very, very important problem it is. You must solve this 2-3 times. The chances of this coming in the exam is very high. Okay, here I made a mistake. This is p equals to 9. I wrote q. P equals to 9. I said 9, but I wrote q by mistake. Okay. Now in this question, number 4, very simple question and similar to what we have done. But a slight change you will notice, which I shall explain that why this change. See, they say the position vector of points A and B are, the position vector of points A and B are, this is position vector of point A, and this one is position vector of point B. So here, position vector of point A is 6A bar plus 3B bar, and for B the position vector is A bar minus 3B bar. Now this is slightly differing from what we have learned, but then this is, you can say this is liberty of the question making. Sometimes they do this way. See, normally when we say position vector, please, position vector, I want your attention. When they say position vector of point A, then normally we write it as what? Position vector of point A, we write it as A bar. And position vector of point B, we will write as B bar. But then here what is happening? Here what is happening? Position vector of A bar, they are writing it this way. And B bar, they are writing it this way. Okay. They are giving the position vector of A bar as 6A bar plus 2B bar. What are we expecting? We expecting here as I cap. See, we are expecting here I cap, here J cap, and some K cap. But then what you need to understand here is, as you have I cap, J cap, K cap, as you write A bar as 3 I cap plus 2 J cap minus 4k cap. So you are expressing vector A bar as a linear combination of I cap, J cap, K cap. What are we doing here? We are expressing the vector A bar as a linear combination of three basic vectors I cap, j cap, k cap. What is done here is, here they are expressing a vector with the linear combination of A bar and B bar. Okay, so 6A bar plus 2B bar. It is linear combination of A bar and B bar. Using these two vectors, A bar and B bar, we are getting another vector which is 6A bar plus 2B bar, and this vector is position vector of point A. The question would have been more logical and it would sound very good question if they had taken here point P and Q. If this would have been P and this would have been Q, it would have been, this would sound much better. But then it's okay, they are writing it as A and B. So what we will do is, see, in order to begin the question, in this we will have to take a slightly different move. See here what I will write. I will write let P bar and Q bar be the position vectors of points A and B respectively. Okay, so I'm writing P bar and Q bar as the position vector of A and B respectively. So this will become P bar and this will become Q bar. You understand? Therefore, P bar is 6A bar plus 2B bar. Q bar is A bar minus 3B bar. Now they say if the point C divides segment AB in the ratio 3:2, point C divides segment AB in the ratio 3:2. They have not given internally or externally, so we will take it internal division only. Always remember, if they do not mention, then we will take the internal division. So here I will take point C in between A and B. So let me write here A, point B, and I'll write here point C. In between I'll write, okay, this is 3:2 as they have said, and P, beside beside A I will write P bar. You remember we had assumed the position vector of point A as P bar. So P bar, and beside B we'll write Q bar, and position vector of C is, we'll write C bar. So here I will now go for bisection formula. I'll write bisection formula. So here I get bisection formula. What is it? See, C bar equals to 3Q bar plus 2P bar upon 3 plus 2. 3Q bar plus 2P bar upon P plus Q. This is C bar. So what is it now equal to? So this gets me 3Q bar. Okay, so C bar is 3Q bar. 3 times Q bar. Q bar is A bar minus 3B bar. A bar minus 3B bar. A bar minus 3B bar plus 2P bar. 2 times P bar is here. 6A bar plus 2B bar upon 3 plus 2 is 5. So we get C bar equals to C here. This is 3A bar, and here you have 12A bar. 3A bar plus 12A bar is 15A bar. This is minus 9B bar plus 4B bar. That is minus 5B bar upon 5. So here we have C bar equals to 3A bar minus B bar. What is C bar? And this is what we wanted. See, we have proved it, hence proved. Hence proved. I hope you found it clear. Just go through this and copy this.